Hello everyone, thank you for joining in this morning. We're just gonna check that you can hear us loud and clear and wait for everyone to join in. So we will be using the question panel that it's on the right side of your screen. And at the end of the webinar, we'll have a Q&A panel to answer all of your questions. So a quick reminder that this webinar will be recorded and sent to your email right after the webinar. Also, we want to let you know that we have stock and we're gonna be looking at this 6 series from Mimosa. So we're also gonna have stock in a couple of days. So any of the products that you see in this presentation, please feel free to ask for a quote to your sales representative. He'll be happy to send you a quote right away. So for today's webinar, our panelist will be Jeff Jones. And I think now, let's check, I think we'll be about to start our webinar. One second. So yeah, I think now we're ready. Thank you so much for joining in this morning to our webinar from Mimosa, Improve Your Network Performance with the All New Airspan 6 series, maximize profitability and efficiency now. So for today's webinar, Jeff Jones, directly from Mimosa, will be our presenter. Jeff, good morning.
Good morning, and good morning, everyone. Good afternoon. I'm in California, so it's still morning here for these next few hours. I take it's 11 o'clock at your location. Again, my name is Jeff Jones. I'm with Mimosa by Airspan. I've been with the company for almost 9 years. I started out as a network designer and moved up the ranks into multiple positions, including field engineering, customer support, and manager of technical operations. Today, we're going to talk about the newest product that we have out, which is a 6 series radio. And as you can see here in this picture, we have a number of different radios that we offer, and I'd like to talk a little bit about that today. What we are planning on doing today is to go through the slides and then holding questions towards the end. So if you do have any questions, just make note of those and we will try to answer those. The ones that I can answer, I will, and the ones that I can't, I will make a commitment now that I will get you a proper answer if that's the case. Without further ado, I'll go ahead and start the webinar. So this product that we're looking at here today is our current selection. And one of the benefits of the Mimosa product is we are a homegrown design house manufacturer, in the sense that we design all our products in-house. So no off-the-shelf designs or consumer off-the-shelf. We actually have our own design and testing facility here in Santa Clara, California. And our operations and manufacturing of our radios are done over in Malaysia. As you can see here, we have some differentiators that really sets us apart from the competition. I think one of the things that most folks will see is that we are a very price competitive product. Our product is nicely placed in the marketplace. It's not the least expensive, it's not the most expensive, we're right in the middle. We provide fiber speeds, point-to-point and multi-point, and now with the newest 6 gigahertz 6E technology, we also provide up to 160 megahertz in 11AX, 802.11ax technology. As you can see here, we also have products that can go up to speeds of 3.4 gigabits per second in the point-to-point technology. And again, those Those are pretty good numbers when you consider what's out there today. Let's talk a little bit about our point-to-point backhaul solutions. So as you can see here, we have a number of products that we use and provide to our customers that are our backhaul solutions. Many of you are familiar with the B5 series product. This is our product that we've had from the beginning. We've managed to continue that legacy to this day with the B5X, which is a 4.9 to 6.4 gigahertz radio. These radios do support all the way up to 6.4. The B6X is our latest point-to-point radio that's going to be coming out here in the next few months. That's a connectorized point-to-point radio, meaning that you will be able to screw on one of our many antennas that will interface nicely with the radio itself. If you're familiar with our licensed spectrum, the B11, this is our 10 to 11 gigahertz radio. This one here is, again, primarily used for backhauls that are with a high level of service expectation, meaning that you need to achieve a certain speed, and this is quite often used in suburban and urban environments. And if you're familiar with our B24, this is our 24 gigahertz radio. Again, this is one of our products we've had for quite a while. And this one is a short haul, high capacity radio, meaning that it will provide over 1 gig throughput speed at 2 miles or less, so 3 kilometers. The two other radios that are on this screen here is the C5C and C5X. We like to call these our cost-effective radios, meaning they're less expensive, but they perform just as well as the rest of the products. These radios are sub 1 gigabit throughput speed. If you're familiar with our C5C and C5X, both radios not only can serve as a point-to-point radio, but also a point-to-multipoint radio at up to 867 megabits per second PHY rate. One of the things that differentiates us in the market, I believe, is the fact that our products will support the SRS mode, or the spectrum reuse synchronization. This is a TDMS GPS sync that provides the ability to operate in co-location situations where you have multiple Mimosa radios. As you can see in this screen here, this is one of our customers in Midwest United States, where they have our products on a water tower. As you can see, there's very limited space, and because it's a limited space, it's very important that the radios don't self-interfere. Because of the SRS, or the GPS sync, as we often call it, we have the ability to co-locate our products in a way where neither radio will cause any self-interference with the other. This is really important, especially on crowded tower locations and building locations where you're competing for space and frequencies. Again, we spoke about the B5X. This is our product that we've had out since December of 2021. This is a 2x20 up to 2x80 dual channel radio. This radio also supports 6 gigahertz. In fact, I will go on to say that all our current offerings, all our radios are capable of providing up to 6 gigahertz operation. This is a question that we often get, since many folks think of us as the 5 gigahertz radio manufacturer. Well, in fact, our radios do have the capabilities of operating at 6 gigahertz. Now, if you do have a radio that's in 5 gigahertz and does not work in the 6 gigahertz, contact our support, and we can provide you a license key and firmware that will open up your radios to 6 gigahertz. As you can see here, this is a compact design, the B5X, very popular with many of our customers for backhaul links. Our newest radio that's coming out here in June is the B6X, which is pretty exciting. This is going to provide up to 3.4 gigabits throughput using multi-MIMO 160 capability. As you can see there, it says 160 by 2. This is the newest offering where you're going to be able to have two 160 megahertz channels. And again, this is going to provide you the needed throughput that many folks will want to use on their networks. 3.4 again is neck-breaking speed, so we're pretty excited about this product here. Again, this is a 5 gigahertz and 6 gigahertz radio, and this will provide capabilities far exceeding anything that we've sold to this day. So pretty excited about this product. Again, this will be coming out. We anticipate sometime in the June timeframe in 2 months. We have this product in-house now. We're doing some final testing and final firmware configurations on it, but we're pretty excited about this product here. So be looking out for this. It will be coming out soon enough. With good radios, you need to have good antennas, and you can see here we offer a number of different types of antennas for our products. As you can see in the previous slide, the B6X has a screw-on type antenna. One of the benefits of having a screw-on type antenna, it gives you the ability to change out the antennas based off your RF needs. So if you're in a short range environment, you may want to select the 12 dBi horn or the 16 dBi horn. This is good for a mile or two, depending upon your RF conditions. If you think you need to go further than a mile, you may want to consider the 20 dBi dish, the N5X20. One of our very popular dishes that a number of customers are using today is a 25 dBi dish. And then lastly is the 30 dBi dish, which will be coming out here in the next month. This is a 30 dBi dish where the actual radio hangs off the back of the antenna, and the bracket actually holds the antenna itself. So we're really excited about this new product that's coming out. Again, this is going to support even further distances than what you are seeing today with your current C5X or B5X radio. So again, we're really excited about the new dish that's coming out here. As you can see here, it's a twist-on series type antenna. This is 600 millimeter, approximately about 2 feet across, and it's going to provide you a good front-to-back ratio and give you distances in excess of 16 kilometers to 50 kilometers based on your RF environment and what you're trying to achieve. The B11 is one of our products that, again, this is kind of a workhorse of the industry in the United States. This is a very popular radio for backhauls where service expectations need to be met, meaning that they need to achieve at least 1 gig throughput. This is very popular, like I said, in our suburban and urban environments, and we're pretty proud of this product. We've had it out for a number of years, and it seems to just work, and it works well for many of our customers. The B11 also supports different antenna sizes, all the way from the 380 millimeter all the way up to the 1800 millimeter antenna size. What's important about this is based on your RF needs, you can change the antenna according to your design. So it gives you the flexibility that one would need for achieving RF connectivity. We have the B24 radio here that, again, we spoke about earlier. This is a less than 2 miles or less, or 3 kilometer short haul, high throughput radio. This is very popular with customers that want to connect either tower from tower or from building to building. Again, this provides a gigabit throughput. And again, this is a unlicensed spectrum antenna combination radio device, meaning that the radio and antenna is built into the same unit. And again, one of the benefits of this is that it does provide you a fiber port. So again, it will give you the throughput needed for your RF solution. Now let's talk about what everyone's been really excited about the point-to-multipoint solution. When it comes to 6 gigahertz or 6 series, this is really what we want to focus in on. Today, we want to introduce the 6 series antenna slash radio combination. This is the A6 radio. This product came out approximately last November, December. We've sold many of these radio antenna arrays. As you can see here, you have multiple antennas underneath the radome. This is an 8x8 multi-MIMO radio with beamforming antenna. This provides a 6 gigabits throughput at the actual device, and we're seeing 60 BPS. So this is really a wonderful product that we've seen out here since the beginning of the year, with a very good uptake of adoption into new networks and existing networks. Again, this is an OFDMA product, so it provides you the ability to get the modulation that one would need in order to achieve over the 1 gigabit throughput. Again, here's some more of the specifications. Being an 8x8 radio with a 1024 QAM OFDMA. A side note, this also supports OFDM. So if you have a C5X or C5C, that this radio will also support the OFDM product concurrently with the OFDMA clients. So today it's a 1x160, which provides you that throughput that you need. By the end of the year, we're going to be rolling out a firmware that will provide a 2x160 channel support. So that'll be exciting for folks that want to even get higher capacity. And again, this is a 4 simultaneous client MIMO transmit. So that I'll show you in the next few slides what that means as far as capacity. Some of the other points I'd like to make out here is that this is a 24 dBi antenna with a 90-degree beam width, and it has a very high performance front to back and side lobe capabilities. It is also SRS and GPS sync. So today the product is operational in the Wi-Fi interop mode, and the next month or so we will actually be rolling out a new firmware patch that will activate the GPS sync, so be waiting for that here soon. And then the other thing I want to point out is the client capacity is 100 clients per A6. Now that's today with the current firmware. As we continue to develop the firmware, by the year end you will see up to 200 clients per A6. So that's really important as far as your client capacity. And as I mentioned earlier, this product supports both OFDMA as well as OFDM. So how do we do it? We have the ability to support 4 clients simultaneously during TX per data stream. And because this is a unique beamforming pattern due to the multi-user MIMO, each client will get a full reuse of the channel up to 1.75 gigabits per second per client. So that's 2 streams per client. And again, this will give you that capacity one would need for your network. So each device will receive 1.75 gigabits per second over the air, and again, it provides you the ability to stream large amounts of data over that wireless medium. With the new OFDMA scheduler, it can accommodate 4 simultaneous clients per time slot. As you see here, it is a traffic scheduling, so it doesn't do it, it's not by accident that it's sending this data. It is actually being managed, properly managed over the air from the device. So this is really important when it comes to organizing your data across the network. And again, with the 1.75 gigabits, provides you that aggregate upstream data throughput. I want to talk about the beamforming and nulling capabilities of the A6. As we all know, one of the biggest challenges with wireless is mitigating interference. Today, many folks have to contend with dealing with noise in crowded environments. And unfortunately, that problem doesn't seem to be going away anytime soon. With the A6, it has the ability to actually null or cancel out inbound noise through the utilization of the antenna array on the actual face of the A6. So as you have inbound signals coming into the A6, what will happen is the A6 will actually shut down or cancel out that inbound noise. The benefits of that over the legacy OFDM is if you did have an inbound signal on the old legacy OFDM, it would actually affect the entire channel. With OFDMA, because it's actually using a smart antenna array with beamforming, it's actually able to cancel out that inbound interference and thus saving the rest of the channel to where it will not interfere, as you can see in this display here. So that one portion of the channel is being nulled out. The independent resource unit is the only portion of the channel that is being impacted. And this is really important as we continue to see more and more devices in the marketplace. Having the ability to mitigate interference is very important. Everyone's concerned about this because you know, chances are as more and more folks are using the 5 and 6 gigahertz frequencies, it's important to have a plan to attack and mitigate those inbound interference issues that we all have to deal with. The A6 has a high efficient upstream 802.11ax capability. As you can see here, the legacy OFDM, I like this chart because it shows kind of a graphical display of what the data payload would be on a typical OFDM solution. You would have, in this case, 4 users, different types of payloads depending upon what they're using, whether they're doing data streaming, they're doing voice over IP, they're doing you know, web surfing, or excuse me, if they're doing any type of a download. Your payload may be larger or smaller. Each time slot will have 1 user per time slot on the OFDM. With the new OFDMA, we can have up to 4 users in the same time slot space as what it was used in the OFDM. And the benefits of that is that we can have up to 8 additional upstream capacity due to the fact that we're utilizing the actual same data slot, but we're able to put more device users per data slot. And this is, again, very important as far as capacity on your network. With the OFDM, you have only 1 user per data slot, where an OFDMA, you can have up to 4. Now, one of the benefits, as I mentioned earlier, is that the A6 will support both OFDM as well as OFDMA, and neither of them will interfere with one another. So you can run both types of radios, either the legacy, the C5, C5X, or C5C, or you can run the new C6, C6 Pro in OFDMA. Excuse me for a moment. Okay. Get a drink of water there, thank you. Under the hood of the A6, you can see that there's 32 antennas that are in an antenna array. These are linear, both horizontal and vertical antennas that provide the smart array, or what we call the beamforming array antenna on the A6. This is a 24 dBi antenna, and one of the biggest benefits is because they are stacked in the way that they are, the footprint of the antenna is a lot smaller than the competitor. As you see here, this is 11.5 inches by 19 inches. This design here, in comparison to the competition, is about a third of the size. So your wind load as well as your aesthetics of the antenna is a lot smaller than, say, the competition. And this is really important, especially if you're placing this antenna on the side of a building, or if you're putting this on a tower where you may have to deal with wind load in windy environments. The antenna being 19 by 11.5 inches, again, has a very small footprint. On the back of the radio, let's talk about that for a moment. We have 4 ports. The first one is the DC port. We've listened to our customers and heard that having a external DC connection is very important, especially when you're placing the antenna on a tower and you have to place it further than 300 feet up. You can run the DC power directly to the radio, and that's a real big benefit with the A6. If you want to use PoE, you can do that as well. There's a PoE Ethernet port that provides both power as well as data. This is very typical with most of our products that we provide today is a PoE. And then lastly, we have the SFP plus ports. These are 10 gigabit SFP ports. One of the biggest benefits of having fiber is obviously you're no longer bound to the limitations of distance that you would have with the Ethernet. These are multi-mode fiber ports, so depending upon what type of SFP GBIC or module you use, these will provide you the ample amount of throughput needed for supporting the A6. Because they're dual ports, one of the benefits of this is that if you have one single fiber port cable running up the tower, you can connect multiple A6s by daisy chaining the fiber from one to another. Just need to provide DC power to each of the A6s. The connector, the black connectors in the screen here are the new M30 glands. These are hose tube ready, meaning if you've used Seal Tight or some of the other electrical products that tubing that is waterproof, these are compatible with that. So again, we've listened to our customers requesting the ability, and we designed these well, we'll call them glands around the need of being waterproof. On the back side of the A6, you can see we have kind of a standard bracketry. We have both azimuth and elevation articulation, as well as a 20-degree plus or minus mechanical tilt adjustment. That bracket can be placed either above or below on the actual A6. You can see that there's some LED lights on the left side. These are very visible from a distance. So if you have this up on a tower, you can see the condition of your radio, whether the lights are on or not. This seems kind of funny that that's important, but as a former WISP operator, I can tell you at 3 o'clock in the morning, you know, you're trying to determine whether your device is operational or not. Having the LEDs on the back of the radio is very important. You see the yellow caps there, those are block off caps. Those are meant for blocking off the ports that are not in use. So again, we've really thought through the design of this to be able to be a very competitive product out in the field. So firmware, I had mentioned earlier that there's a number of firmware enhancements that are coming out this year. As you all know, many of our radios really hinge upon the creation and advancements in the firmware. As you can see here, we have a number of firmware enhancements, iterations for this year. Q1, we came out with a 3.20. This month, we're going to come out with a 3.3, which will support SNMP and a few other most important things, the GPS co-location, and then as well as a 5 megahertz channelization. And then Q3 3.4 is slated. We'll have 6 gigahertz AFC, which is important in the United States. This is the mechanism for automatic frequency control per FCC. And then we will start seeing enhancements with the clients up to 250 clients at Q3. And then finally, in Q4, we're going to see the dual channel, the 2x160. So just be waiting for that. We'll continually develop and enhance our products over the years period. Well, with a good access point, you got to have a good client device. And in this case, we're going to talk about the C6 series client radios. So today we offer the C6X. This is a OFDMA product. This one here provides also 1024 QAM modulation. This is a 2-stream radio that supports from 20 to 160, 2x20, 2x40, 2x80, 2x60. This is a 1 gigabit PoE plus port. It can run on both 24 as well as 48 volts, and average consumption of the power is 15 watts, which is very nice. It's not a power hungry device. And some of the other benefits of the C6 is because it has a screw-on antenna type. It will nicely match up with our existing X series antennas. Most popular is the 20, 25, and then soon to come out the 30 dBi parabolic dish antenna. We've seen this device operate in varying distances. With the 30 dBi dish coming out here soon, we're going to see even more distances. The C6 Pro is very exciting product that's coming out here in the July timeframe this year. This is also a OFDMA product that also provides 1.75 gigabits aggregate. The benefits of this product is that the antenna is built into the design, so it's a combination radio and antenna. The biggest feature set on this radio is the fact that this will be both line of sight, near line of sight operation, meaning that it will be a direct competitor with some of our other competition out there on the market, where non-line of sight operation is maybe the not as ideal situation where you need to operate in an area where there's Fresnel zone obstruction. So this is our newest product. Again, this will be coming out in the July timeframe. This has very much some of the same specifications as the C6, but the biggest takeaway on this is that it is a integrated antenna design. Let's talk a little bit about our Mimosa Mimosa Management Platform, or MMP. This is how our products can be best managed. If you are familiar with a Mimosa product, today most customers will use our cloud management system, which is free, and it works wonderful. With customers, WISP operators and carrier class, they want oftentimes to bring the reporting and the network management in-house. With the MMP, this provides a standalone environment solution where it can run on its server, either Linux or Ubuntu, and can provide up to 5,000 devices for free, meaning that the initial hardware software package can provide you free support up to 5,000 devices. One of the biggest benefits of the MMP is that it has feature sets based on your pricing model. We'll talk about that here in just a moment, where you can do a number of different features, including backups of your devices, as well as some reporting functionality that you may not get from your cloud management. So you can see here, the free version gives you all these features, inventory management, monitoring. You're able to actually manually upgrade the firmware from the actual server, and gives you a number of other benefits that you also see on our cloud management. The biggest benefit of the MMP is it's scalable. So today you can download this, install it on, like say, a Linux operating system server, and with a free solution, you're able to do all those different things there in the left-hand side column. If you want some of the additional features based on what your needs are, you may elect to go with the basic or pro license that will give you the threshold alarms, the ability to do a number of other features. You may want to consider LDAP support. You may want it to run different types of APIs integrating into your existing systems. If you decide to go above threshold as far as devices, you may want to consider license C, which will provide up to 50,000 devices. And then if you want to do redundant servers or arrays, you have the ability to do that with license D. That's all I have for now as far as the demonstration and presentation. I'd like to take a time now to just open up to any questions that we may have had during the presentation. So please come ahead. Please come now.
Thank you so much, Jeff. Thank you for sharing all this valuable information about Mimosa new line. And yes, now we have a space for a Q&A panel. So please, if anyone may have a question or a comment about the products that Jeff just showed us, please send us a question using the question panel. This is the panel that you have on the right side of your screen. And we'll be here a couple of minutes to answer all of your questions. So a quick reminder while you think about the questions for this webinar is that this webinar will be sent to your email right after we finish. And we have now a question from Mr. Carlos. Excellent presentation. Everyday technology advances for the benefit of our users and support and staff. To support our staff. Thank you, Mr. Carlos. Yes, we hope that this new line from the 6 series will help you bring new technology to your base, to your clients. And if you have any question or if you need a quote, you can please send us an email and your sales representative will be happy to send it right away. We have another question from Mr. Cameron. We think AFC will happen in Q3.
Yes, great question. We've all been kind of waiting for AFC to take place. It's been kind of an elusive thing in the United States. We're really waiting for FCC to put the final bow on it as far as the ratification. So we anticipate, based on a number of sources, that we should see AFC by year end.
Thank you, Jeff. Okay, so now if you may have any other question, please send it right now. We'll be here for another couple of minutes. Thank you, Mr. Cameron, for your question. Okay, so if we don't have any other question, we'll be closing our session in a couple of minutes. We thank you, Jeff, for sharing all this valuable information and for your time this morning.
Well, thank you very much, and thank you for everyone who participated. If you do have any further questions or concerns, specifically if it's support related, please feel free to reach out to Mimosa by going to your favorite web browser, and you select www.mimosa.co/support. We have both English as well as Spanish-speaking engineers that are able to assist you and be more than happy to take care of any technical need that you may have with your existing radios. We'd be more than happy to take care of that for you.
Thank you, Jeff. And yes, we invite you to check our Mimosa website on the support area. They have a chat that is really, really helpful to answer all of your questions. So thank you, Jeff, and we hope to see you in future sessions for AdCom and Mimosa.
All right. Thank you. Have a great day, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day.